Good morning. Once again, I want to say if you haven't subscribed to this channel, this is the time. So click the button below and subscribe to this channel, Y.Y.C.I.TV, where you can be gaining more about mindset for transformation. Guess what I'm going to talk about today? I know this is unusual, but it is still very important. We're going to be talking about mindset for human rights. You heard me correct. Mindset for human rights. But why? Because I know that we are all human and we all have rights. The women have the rights. The young girls and boys, they have their own rights. Even our children have their own rights. Men has their own rights. Why? Because we are all human. And we are created by God, the universe. So we have the right to live in this world peacefully. We have the right to be respected. We have the right to enjoy the resources that God has created for us. We also have the right to be treated fairly. We have the right to know our rights, to do our right, to practice our rights. So it is very important that we start creating a mindset for human rights. When we're talking about human rights, do you know that human rights is all over? It's contemporary. The issues of human rights concerns human rights. It's so central to many of the contemporary world most important challenges, from Europe and the UK to USA, from Asia to Africa and Caribbean. We all have the right, and we need to be talking about it and taking action. Do you know that every issues in this world is based on the breaches of human rights? When a child is being abused, they damage their human right. When women are not given the chance to take up their position in the society, it's still based on breaching their human rights. When man also cannot stand as a man and lead us without being corrupted mind, with doing something that is right, then we call it human right. So human rights is all over the world and it is worldwide issue. So before I start again, what is human rights? Because we're all talking about human rights. The United Nations is talking about it. Every platform is speaking about it. Every platform people are speaking about human rights. Everywhere you go, you hear human rights. The only people that can talk too much is our children because they are innocent. But we can also claim their right for them. Women need rights. Men need their rights. Because we are all equal in the sight of God. So what is this human rights that we are all talking about? It is just the basics right that belongs to all of us, simply because we are human, such as equality, dignity, fairness, and respect. We all have the right to be respected. We have the right to live, to be treated with dignity. We have the right to have the right judgment, right justice. We also have the right to live equally. What belongs to man belongs to woman. So this is the time. Yes, we might not do what the men are doing, But everybody, every human being contributes to the wealth of the nation. So, and that is more reason why every one of us have the right to have the better treatment, better condition, better payment. We also have the right of a position. We just have to discover and develop ourselves. Who we are matters. And your purpose on earth matters. So if we are talking about human rights, first of all, talk about you. Who are you? Your identity matters. Once you know your identity and you know your purpose, then you will know how to channel yourself or reposition yourself. Very important. Just as I'm talking about. And like people say, we don't need to empower ourselves. We just have to know our right, know what to do at the right time, where to go at the right time, say what we have to say at the right time, and say the right thing. So human rights is very important. So a contemporary issues refer to an issue that is currently affecting people and places, and that is unresolved. And that's why we are talking about it today. We have to find a way of solving this problem. We all have the right in respect of our race, our sex, our gender, if you want to put it that way, the nationalities, the ethnicity, language, religion, or any other status. We have the right to be respected. And that will makes me to say that is why we need to embrace others' differences. We need to celebrate others. We need to accept others. We need to respect their opinions, their religions, their language, and their ethnicity. It's very important. If we are going to solve this problem of human rights, the issues around human rights, then we need to start respecting one another in respect of our status. It also includes the right to life, liberty, freedom from slavery, especially we call it now modern slavery, freedom from torture, all this torture, torturing the children, the youth, the women. It's about time we end it. Freedom of opinion, freedom of expressing yourself. We need to give time, just like what I said before. As a youth growing up, we need to give them chance to listen to them, even if they're going to say something trash. But I believe that not every one of them will say something trash. There is also wisdom deposited in them that they can solve the problem of this world. They have greatness in them, mind you, and they have the gifts. Some of them must have discovered their gifts and start to develop it and then exhibit it or display it or demonstrate it for people to see. But there's still so many of them that are lost in the crowd. How do we help them? How do we guide them? How do we lead them? How do we mentor them? Because it's part of the human right. The human right is when you help others to know their rights and exercise their right. So the freedom to our expressing ourselves. Let me also say this. We have so many issues around human rights. And that is why I want to appreciate the United Nations that have set a goal. They call it Sustainable Development Goals. It's still part of the issues of human rights that needs to be solved. And they've given us ourselves 2030. We are still in 2022. And I believe we can meet that goals together. Yes, I repeat, we can meet the goals together. And yes, we can. Some of the issues are climate change, destruction of natural resources. We can all see what is happening in all over the world. The weather is changing unexpectedly, uncertainty. Many things are going wrong just because of climate change and the way we've destroyed the natural resources for our own needs. Lack of economy, opportunity, and unemployment. Oh, yes. Because when the economy is not good, there will be no creation of jobs, and that downs to unemployment. And unemployment and lack of opportunity can lead these young ones roaming around the street looking for looking for big brother, looking for somebody to support them. Unfortunately, then they fall into the hands of the wicked people, the wicked personalities. So that is why we need to solve the problem. If we can solve the problem of economy, if we can solve the problem of employment in every nation, it will help and reduces the violence and the wars. Because who are they using? They use the vulnerable people. Who are they using? They're using our children and our youth. There's something they call cheap labor. Who are they using? They're using the children. Some parts of the country. Who are the one carrying the guns? Who are the one giving the cheap money and drugs so that they can fight on their behalf out there? Who are the ones? They are youth. So that's why we need to change. We need to start looking for opportunity that will favor these young ones. Even the women as well. So many widows. Widows, they lost their family. They lost their husband. But then they're looking for green pastures. They're looking for where to go to solve their problem. And in another way, they are being abused because they have to stay in a relationship, a toxic relationship. So when there is opportunity, when there is economy, and when there is employment, it solves some problem of human rights because we all have the right to do something, to earn some money. We have all the right to buy what we need to live a better life, even if it's going to be simple. We also talk about the poverty. Poverty is also part of the issues of human rights. How do we solve this problem? Production, agriculture, what are we doing about it? Are we finding solutions to the fertile land that has been damaged? We also need to look into that. There's so many countries that are suffering, no food for them. And then you can go to some countries, they have enough and also wastage. So we need to cultivate the habits of giving out what you don't need or give or share what you have to others so that they can also be right to live and eat a good food. So we are talking about water, security, food, poverty. These are all the issues that need to be solved. These are the things we need to be sitting down and be talking about it. We're also talking about government accountability and transparency and corruption. Oh, yes. See what is going on all over the world, in Africa, in Europe, and other places. I mean, how can we solve the problem of corruption, we need to be talking about it. Bring your solution to the table. How can we do it? How can we deal with this corruption? It's wanting to set a law, a legislation for it. It's one thing for individuals to abide by the law. Is the law of the country being breached? Is it being compromised? Because if the law is being compromised, then everybody will do whatever they like, including the government, because the law is not controlling or regulate what they do. It's very important. And we're talking about safety, security, and well-being. We have the right to all these things. And we need to be talking, we need to be speaking about it. How can we secure the nation, secure the people in the nation? How can we make safety for them? And how can we also help them in their well-being? The level of mental health is increased. People are depressed, especially during this time of austerity. People are depressed. People are stressed at work. And when you're stressed and depressed at work, what do you produce? Is there any quality in it? So we need to find a way of increasing or bringing awareness of well-being, because every one of us have the right to live peacefully, happily, and joyfully. Lack of education. I say the key to the future is education. But let me quickly say this. It's not only the education of the four walls of a class. It goes beyond that. So when you are being taught in the class, you still have to research and study for better understanding and idea of applying what you've learned. Very, very important. So a lack of education, just as the Bible says that the people are perished because of their ignorance. Because if what you don't know can kill, if you don't know how to take care of yourself, then you are damaging your life. Health is wealth. But how do you sustain that health? Is by you living healthy, knowing what to write, knowing what to eat at the right time. Lack of political freedom and political instability. This is the time for men and women to come together to rule the world. This is a time that we listen to both men and women, not only just men. This is the time to position both men and women in the politics. Let us come out of that fixed mindset that we always have, that is not helping us anymore. When we listen to the man and listen to the woman, we should be able to bring solution to ourselves. That's what we call equality, equal rights. And it is very, very important that we all go through that. Before I go any further, let me remind you again, subscribe to this YouTube, because Dr. Elizabeth Lucas Afolalu is full of inspirational nuggets of wisdom, and she will be sharing them on this platform. And guess what again? Yes, You Can International. It's organizing every month. Masterclass, leadership conference. And if you have missed out from all these events, the place to come and learn, the place to come and watch it, and learn and read and listen to it again and again, and watch all our great speakers is on this platform. So I will encourage you to subscribe to this subscribe to this station, so that it will come right at your doorstep, and you will listen and watch it every day, every time. Let me tell you a secret. I remember when I was going through a very challenging times. I'm a Christian. I read my Bible. I pray every day. And I needed more. I need something to keep me going. Who did I turn to? My own mentor, Les Brown. I make it a point for 6 months to do 3 things. Pray, call upon God. Second one, read my Bible because the solution is in that Bible. The third one, listen to inspirational and motivational tapes. And that's what kept me. So I kept listening to Les Brown saying, the greatness is in you. You can do it. You can achieve it. You can move forward. You can overcome it. When you listen to some kind of powerful, energetic message like that, then your life will never be the same again. So I want to say thank you, sir, on this program, Les Brown, for your motivational, powerful message to the world, especially to people like me, because it keeps you going. You put your FPS on, you keep listening to it all the time, then you start renewing your mindset, start seeing the possibility, start seeing the life. Then you become what you think. Because they say, as a man thinks, so easy. So let me just encourage you with that it is about time that you keep renewing your mindset. Yes, we are in the midst of chaos. The Bible said, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I shall fear no evil because God is with us. The rod and the staff, they comfort us. Yes, we are in a perilous time. We are surrounded with news, terrible news all over the world. But then you are still human being and you still have the right to stay. Face the challenge, but stay strong. So it's very important. We're also talking about challenges. So many challenges in this world that we can't finish it up. But let's move on to the solution. Because once you identify the challenges, once you identify the problem, once you identify the issues around this human right, then the next thing is, how do we improve it? Let me first of all say this. All of us has the right to be part of this movement of improving human rights in the whole world. So ways to solve these challenges. Speak up for what we care. We need to be care. We need to care for one another. We need to be caring for our neighbors, our society. It's not only the government to do the work. We have to do our own part. So we need to speak out. Some of us are carrying great ideas. Some of us are carrying the problem of the solution to problems. Some of you you have the answers, but you need to share it. And one of the sharing is speaking it out. Like me, I'm going to the world and telling people that, you know what? No matter the situation, you can turn it around. No matter who you think you are, you can still achieve and become and succeed. No matter the background you find yourself, you can still change and reposition yourself. So we need to speak out, get the opportunities everywhere and share these words, these solutions, these answers that you are carrying. Because the God that makes has deposited something in you, and only you can do it. Only you can speak out. Be a volunteer. Everything is not just about money, money, money. We need to volunteer to do something, to work. Because two things will happen when you volunteer yourself. Number one, you move from one stage of sitting idle, lamenting, thinking, complaining, blaming. You move to the level of doing something. That's number one. Number two, you learn new skills while you are doing voluntary job. It might not be the skills that you know already. It might not even be the one that you went to university to study. It could be a new skills. Be a multi-skills while working voluntarily. Let me add one more to it. When you work voluntarily, you are gaining experience. You cannot buy experience. The only thing that will sustain you in life is your experience and your wisdom. So when you work voluntarily, you gain experience. I think I should add another one. When you work voluntarily, you are showing empathy, that you care for others. So it is very important. You contribute to the development of the society. You are a champion. And then donate for a global organization. Global organization can be my organization, your organization, or any other organization. Be willing to support and sponsor somebody. Any ability that you have is not for you to sit down and cover yourself. It's for you to share it. Like I always say, you are blessed so that you can be a blessing to others. Whatever you have today is for you to share. So be a volunteer and also donate to others to do what they're doing. Let me also put this quickly to you. Do you know that you cannot do everything? We are not born to do everything. We have a specific assignment from the universe, God of the universe. We have a purpose. We have a dream. We have a vision. So we cannot meet all the requirements of the world. You cannot change the whole world, but you can do your own path. And that is why it is necessary that what you can't do, what you can do it well. Be the best of yourself and be the best of what you are doing. But the one you cannot do, others can do. And that's the more reason why you can donate to sponsor them, to help them. Some people can't go to school because there's no money, but you have enough money. Go to any university or any college and give them the money so that other people that didn't have that opportunity because of money, they will be able to study. Like I said right from the beginning, education is the key to the future. So when you are educated and everyone around you are educated, then we can solve the problem of human rights. It is also the human right that you are giving others the right, the opportunity to study as well. Listen is very important. We all miss out that because we think we know it all. But no one is perfect and no one knows it all. So we need to listen to others. You need to learn. The other time I was telling some people, don't just plan yourself to go and speak on every platform. Plan yourself to learn from others. How do you learn? By listening. Focus and listen. When you listen, then you gain more knowledge. You borrow their own ideas, and then you use your own ideas to compare with that, or to learn from them how you can carry out your own ideas. So it is very important we listen. When we talk of listening, all leaders must have these skills. We need to listen to others, be willing to listen and understand their expressions, their concerns. What brings war today? is because of the lack of listening to one another. What brings violence and abuse is because of the lack of listening, because we think nobody knows it. We want to be in control of everything. But it cannot be possible. That makes me to also say that even our youth, we just set them aside to do their own thing. No, we bring them along to the table and listen to them. Like they always said for my country, the old and the young, they all build together. So let's build together. And the only way we can do that is when we listen. They listen to us and we need to listen to them. That's the only way we can move on and have a better understanding and communicate effectively. So let's learn to listen. When you go to any conference or seminars, don't just go there to speak and move on. Listen to others. At least gain something from that platform before you leave. It's very important. As you are willing for people, as you wish yourself for people to listen to you, also be willing to listen to others. It's give and take, and it is one to one. Stay connected. Don't isolate yourself. Connect with others. Network with others. I have a program in our Y.Y.C.I International. We call it National Youth Leadership Network. Yes, it's about time they come together within themselves. Instead of them doing other things, they can come together as a leader and reasoning together. Have you seen, even when the world was created, you will hear something from that says, let us make man in our own image. And then it is not good for a man to be alone. Let us create, or let us make a woman out of a man. And then it's another place it says, let's reason together. You see? So it's about us, not about me. So when we reason together, we understand one another, and then we can make a change. So don't isolate yourself. Don't say you know it all. Willing to learn from others. Stay connected. Even in these times of COVID, we all not connecting with one another now through this internet. I mean, within 2 years, I've been on almost more than 100 and something, or even more than that, platforms. I've even networked with some people I've never dreamt of meeting in my life. But when you connect, when you network, then you learn, especially with this social media. Don't go there to just do any rubbish, any things that is not even adding value to you, nor adding value to others. Have a purpose that when you connect, you want to inspire, you want to support, you want to inspire, you want to motivate, you want to encourage someone. Have you seen? Some people will come there for solution. Some people will come there for ideas. Some people will join the social media for one reason or the other. So that is one reason why we need to be stay connected. Stand up against discrimination. Oh, yes. I think that is the real key point. Because we always try to play inferiority or insecurity or superiority. But when we see that my fellow brethren, whether you come from England, or you come from Africa or Asia or USA, we are still one. We are still human beings, and we need to respect one another. So we need to stand against discrimination. Whether you are black, white, or yellow, or brown, we are still human beings created by only one God. Whether you are Muslim or Christian or Sikh or Hindu, we are still created by one God. So let's start changing our mindset and stop all this discrimination. Either you are short or tall, you are female or male. Let's work together. Let's stand together. Let's make a change together. But saying all this, there's very important things that I still want to add to it, because we can talk a whole day or a whole month. But if we don't apply it or demonstrate it, we are wasting our time. The only solution is when you make that solution. The only solution is when you take action. So the next I would like to say is mindset is everything. I cannot talk about human being and not talk about mindset, because it's all done to our mind. They say, as a man thinks, so is he. What you store in your mind is the action you are taking. So is it positive or is it negative? Is it stays as fixed? That means what you know before. Or are you growing your mindset? I believe that if you want progress in life, it's also good to grow your mindset. Have a positive thinking. Believe that all things are possible and you can change your story. You can change your situation. You can even change your environment, your perspective about people, the way you behave, the way you treat others, the way you even treat yourself. So you need to start looking at it in a positive way. Let me say this. Negativity go nowhere. We are surrounded with negativity. You cannot be deaf to it. When you watch TV, it's negativity, bad news. When you go out, you see it, you hear it, you feel it. So it's all over. But I want to challenge you today that yes, you can change things around. Yes, you can change your negativity to positive. And yes, you can stand out and make a difference. You don't have to depend on anybody, and stop seeking approval from anybody. If you believe it and it's your heart to do, follow your heart and do it to add value to others, to make somebody happy, to put smiles in somebody's face. Very important. So we are talking about mindset. Change our beliefs is all mindset. What do you believe? What's in your mindset? What is in your mind? Our belief dictates how we operate, how we behave, how we become, how we perceive others, and how we treat others, how we manage the resources available, and also our fear of God. Individual contribution to solving this emerging human right is very important. So individuals should make a decision, commit to it, and make a change and an impact. As a leader, because I know we are all leaders, as a leader, we should be ready, willing to work as a team to achieve sustainable development goals that was set by the United Nations. But even apart from that, we are all human. They don't teach us how to eat. They don't teach us how to do bad things. So why are we waiting for us to be taught? It comes natural. How you treat others, it comes natural because you have fed yourself with the words. And what you fed yourself with, fed your mind with, will determine who will become, what you are doing, what you will achieve, and what you will succeed on. So be consistent in doing the right thing. Be consistent, be persistent. Don't stop, don't quit. Don't say because somebody treated you badly, so you will stop being kind to others. Don't stop because you see other people wasting, and then you will say to yourself, no, I'm not going to give anymore. No, give and you shall receive. So keep giving, keep sharing, because God never stopped blessing you. And like I said, when you are blessed to be a blessing to others. So are you ready? Discipline yourself. Make up your mind and determine that you are going to make a change around you. You're going to make a change of yourself. Like we say, if you change yourself, because you can't change others anyway, but if you change yourself as individual, it will influence everything and everyone around you. So when you start yours, others will start theirs. And that is the way gradually, the problem, the issues, and the challenges around human rights will be solved. We don't depend on others. Just as Obama, former president of United States says, we are not waiting for any other person to make that change. You are the one the world is waiting for to make that change. So to transform is to improve ourselves, our attitude towards others, towards system, and towards the society. As a leader, are we ready to transform our leadership, the way we do things? Are we ready to walk away from corruption? Are we ready to listen to people of your nation and meet their requirements, meet their needs? Are we ready to listen to the youth, bring them to the table, listen to the women, and listen to what they have to say? Are you ready to build a good relationship? Because, like I said, charity begins at home. The way you relate with your family, the way you relate with your neighbors, the way you relate in the society matters. So let's transform our lives. Let's transform our relationship and situation as well. You have the power to create. You have the power to build. You have the power to transform your situation from it is not possible to it is possible. You have the power as well to contribute to the awareness of others. You also have the power to watch what you say, watch your tongue. What you say to others matters. You have the right to speak and inspire others and lift them up and encourage them. You also have the power to build a good relationship. So I'm throwing it to you. Are you ready? Because until you are ready and make the right decision, the problem will not be solved. And we are not waiting for any other person. Do your own bit and do it best. Others will follow and do their own. So, are we ready to change the situation that is facing the whole world? These challenges, these issues of equality, these issues of poverty, these issues of water source wastage, these issues of abuse of natural resources, these issues of corruption, child abuse, child trafficking, this abuse, this lack of education. Are we ready to transform that situation? Because if you are ready, I am ready to. And guess what? I can. Yes, you can. And yes, we can together. Research also shows that the research also shows that the mindset plays a significant role in the problem solving of human rights. So, just want to throw this to you again and say, A tree cannot be a forest, and one cannot be an island. That's the power of collaboration. We all together come together, stand together, and make a change. We all together can solve the problem in this world, and we can solve the problem of human rights. It doesn't have to depend on individual. So without change mindset, there will be no change. And without change, there will be no progress. And the question is, are you ready? And I believe the person I'm facing right now is ready to take up the challenge. Let's walk together. Let's stand together. And let's progress together and solve the problem, the issues of human rights. Like I said right from the beginning, mindset is everything, and love is the greatest. So love yourself and love others. Thank you so much. Before you go, click the button below and subscribe to Y.Y.C.I TV YouTube channel. And you can listen and listen and listen again until we get it done, until we take action. Because if it's going to be, it's up to you. And if you need any of our services for the youth, for the women, the branding, the personal development, building your confidence, being a transformational leader, and an author of your own book, you can contact us on www.elizabeth, yes you can, by elizabeth.com or www.yesyoucaninternational.com. You can see everything, every activity. And I think the fastest one is when you subscribe to this YouTube, you can check all our activities for the rest of the month or for the rest of the year. So subscribe to this YouTube and be willing to make a change in this world. Human rights is all over the world. You and I have the power to solve those issues. So let your mind be renewed for transformation. Thank you and God bless.